All right, welcome everyone. I'm just gonna go ahead and mute everyone. Listen, this is a live call. If you're watching the recording, I'm really grateful that you're here with us. For those of you who are here, welcome. Thank you for giving of your time this evening to join me for this masterclass. It's kind of an in-depth class to the top 10. So there's gonna be a couple different types of people on this call. Maybe you are already a part of our community and you just want to get a little bit more in-depth or a refresher for the top 10. Maybe you have never touched essential oils in your life, right? And you're going to get a real good look at why you could be and why you should be incorporating essential oils into your wellness routine. And then there's going to be, let's see, maybe some people who have dabbled a little bit and are maybe looking into the doTERRA difference and what makes doTERRA essential oils different. And so welcome, no matter which bucket you fit into, welcome. I'm really glad that you're here. A little bit more about me. My name is Ali Mona, and I am a wife, a mom, and an entrepreneur, sometimes in that order, sometimes not in that order, when life gets a little imbalanced. I am an autoimmune thriver. A lot of times you'll hear the word autoimmune survivor, but I like to consider myself a thriver. And so we'll talk a little bit more about my health journey in a little bit. I'm also an aromatherapist and a business mentor. I spend a lot of my time helping people solve their most important health issues with our natural solutions, and then mentoring my business partners to help other people do the same thing. So the name of my organization is called Relentless Pursuit, and we are a global network of wellness entrepreneurs who share the mission to inspire and equip a healer in every home. So everything that we do, every education that we do, is so that people can be inspired and equipped to take back their health and wellness and to really own that part of their life. So I was not always this person. Of course, our journeys, they evolve us and they make us who we are. This first picture was a photo shoot, and I have little Margie Rose, number 3, in my belly. And I love this picture because it represents a really good time in our world. But after I gave birth to number 2, I suffered horribly with postpartum sadness and a really long period that was really taxing and really draining for myself and my children and my husband, and just our entire family unit. And I did not have natural solutions at that time, and I was in Shanghai, and the mental health space at that time, 8 years ago, was a little shaky, and so we just suffered. We suffered through it for months and months and months. And flash forward 3 years, my girls were getting a little bigger, and I was like, man, if we're gonna have more kids, we need to probably do it now, but I was petrified. I was petrified of having another baby. And that's when my friend Victoria introduced me to essential oils, and she said, I think I found something that could help with your challenges after birth. And I was all ears for us, like, what is it? What could it be? And she said, essential oils. And I was like, rolled my eyes back into my head as far as they could go, because I just didn't grow up with any natural modalities. I was not raised, I guess, to believe in the power of natural healing, but I trusted Victoria. And so I said, fine, either you know nothing about postpartum struggles, or I know nothing about essential oils. And guys, it turns out that I knew nothing about essential oils. And so I got my first kit when I was pregnant with Margie, and I loved it because I had 2 pregnancies without natural solutions and 1 pregnancy with, and I'll tell you, all the little things, the aches, the pains, the upset tummies, the sleepless nights, all of those, I had a solution that was not only safe, but it was effective during my pregnancy. So I was really excited to have Margie Rose and to really trial these suckers on the postpartum period and to see if they could help manage my emotions naturally. So this middle picture is my second daughter holding Margie Rose, the baby. And after Margie was born, I was absolutely able to manage my emotions, and I just was able to not dip, right? Wasn't super high, but I did not dip. And I'll tell you, that was a game changer for me. And I decided at that point that I was going to spend a lot of my time educating other men and women on the power of these natural solutions. But my health journey was not over. During this time, I actually was really sick. And I had gone to a GP, I had gone to a gastro, I had gone to all the people that I thought might be able to help. And all of my test reports came back regular, right? And so I had many, many conversations with physicians saying, I'm sorry you feel sick, but your report is good. There's nothing wrong with you. And I think as a woman, as a mom, as an entrepreneur, there's a lot of these small challenges that become large challenges that are just discounted. And I told my husband, I will stop going to the doctor. I cannot go to another doctor where he looks at me and says, there's nothing wrong with you, because I'm starting to feel like I'm going crazy. I can't care for my children in a way that I wanted to. And so we went on to adopt our fourth daughter. And during that process, we had to get physicals. And they tested our thyroid, everything, right? And I got a clean bill of health. 20 months later, we moved to Shenzhen from Shanghai, and I could not get out of bed. For about 6 months, I struggled immensely. And I finally found an endocrinologist who would see me, and I handed her my physical report. And I said, this is the last time I went to the doctor. This is the last record I have. And she looks at the physical report, doesn't even open it. She just looks at the summary and she says, oh, you have a thyroid autoimmune disease. And I was like, no, I don't. And she said, yes, you do. It says it right here. This is what these numbers mean. And I thought, okay, well, what does that mean? And she said, well, your thyroid isn't bad enough to medicate. And I said, okay, well, what can I do naturally? And she looked at me in the eye and said, there's nothing you can do naturally to manage your health. And I turned on my heel. I took my reports and I said, thank you very much for your time. And I said, so, and I turned back around and I said, wait a second, so what should I do? And she said, well, come back in 3 months and see if you are bad enough to medicate. And I said, I'm done. I'm done. And I went into a deep dive into natural health, natural healing modalities, and really the history of why our health system is like what it is. And so today I am going to bring you along in my journey, show you some of the ways that oils have helped my family, teach you some of that history that is really jaw-dropping, and walk you through the top 10 oils that I believe every single family should own and learn how to use and master so that you can take control of your health and of your wellness. Okay, so disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, my friends. I'm a really educated mom over the years and a friend who is really just doing as best I can. I am an autoimmune thriver, so I do know a lot about autoimmune and chronic conditions, and I just put my foot down and said, I'm done. I will not take all of these diagnoses at face value. I'm going to do something about it. And so I hope to empower you to do the same today. I am an advocate. We are called wellness advocates in doTERRA. That's our job. We advocate for your wellness. I'm a voice. And my offer to you is, are you going to come along, right? Are you going to make choices that are going to help you to live your very best life? And I am behind you. If you know me, if you don't know me, welcome. You're going to get to know me tonight. But if you know me, you know that I'm behind you, right? I'm your #1 fan and your friend. And so I hope that you're going to take whatever actions necessary to be in relentless pursuit of great health for you and for everyone that you love. Now, not long ago, check this out. I want to tell you about the history of traditional medicine. And I first saw this, don't read it yet. I first saw it in a documentary that I was watching a couple weeks ago. And it was so shocking that I was like, this can't be true. And so I did my research. And unfortunately, my friends, it is true. So history of allopathic, which is traditional medicine. Rockefeller. He was an oil tycoon in the turn of the 1800s to the 1900s. And he discovered that he could patent pharmaceuticals from petroleum, right? And in 1910, he had a report commissioned for Congress, for the US Congress, concluding that all natural health modalities, guys, that had existed for hundreds of years in America, but thousands of years in other ancient civilizations, were unscientific quackery. Okay, so starts to put doubt into people's minds and hearts. Then he had medical schools standardized under another monopoly called the AMA, the American Medical Association. He then teamed up with Andrew Carnegie. So if you're American, you might have heard of the Rockefellers and the Carnegies. They're these huge generational family lines. And they began to give these massive financial grants to schools on the condition that the schools only then taught allopathic medicine, traditional medicine. Now, allopathic medicine at the time was like bloodletting and barbaric surgeries because anesthesia was not yet developed, right? And what they did was they systematically dismantled natural health modalities in the US, and then they went global. There's actually a report about Rockefeller coming to China and teaching here, saying we want to systematically, all that traditional Chinese medicine from 5,000 years of history, and it didn't take, fortunately. You can read the history about that. And then we entered a new age in the US, and it's a pill for an ill, right? The process of prescribing patented medicines that are extracted from actual natural chemistry, right? So did you know that aspirin is actually a concentrated form of, I think it's the willow tree, right? So they take this natural chemistry and they do their petroleum magic, and out pops a pharmaceutical that they can patent. You can't patent plants, but you sure can patent pharmaceuticals. Now, the result of this that continues today, okay? Well, let's go back. Well, actually, it's not. It is today. Big Pharma continues to make donations to medical schools in exchange for teaching students how to use their patented drug, right? Because when you know what to do with a drug, you're going to prescribe it. And it is actually criminal in America to treat cancer by any other method than 3: chemo, surgery, and radiation. And the result of this to consumers, or to us as patients, is we begin to feel like customers, right? And it's no wonder. Medical in the US and Western countries is a ridiculously high cost. And it is because of this systematic erosion from natural medicine that we find ourselves in a place, guys, where we are not healthier. We are not healthier than our grandparents' generation, right? But we all, in some way or another, are the recipients of this type of this history. And so today, I encourage you, if you are one like me, who maybe you don't believe in natural medicine, or maybe you're not 100% on board, I just encourage you that with this history in your mind, I want to see if you can just put down any preconceived notions and any judgments, and really just come at this with an open heart and an open mind, okay? One more thing. This makes me angry, wildly angry. So if you're feeling a little bit of righteous anger in there, you are not alone. This is something that really riles me up, because people are not better off for it. This is consumerism at its worst. Okay, now in our world, we teach a lot on this doTERRA wellness lifestyle pyramid. And lifestyle part of it is eating right, right? Getting whole foods in your body, make sure you're supplementing, exercising, moving your body every day, right? Getting that vital energy back into your cells, resting well, getting that 8 to 9 hours of quality sleep, managing your stress. Who isn't stressed in this season, right? How are you managing your stress? And then actively reducing your toxic load. My friends, we live in a toxic world. What are you doing on a daily basis to help reduce some of the toxins in your body and in your home, and some of the products that you're bringing in? Now, when we do these things well, and we pay attention to these things, we actually end up needing the healthcare system less. But what happens is we don't pay attention to these things. This pyramid gets flipped on its topsy-turvy head. And then if you get a good doctor who is looking holistically and who isn't a pill for an ill sort of doctor, what do they always bring us back to? They bring us back to our nutrition, our exercise, our rest, our stress management, and our toxic load. And so if you are sitting here and you are well, right? You have no known conditions, no known health challenges. My friends, this is your best bet at keeping it like that. If you're like me, where you are a little bit topsy-turvy, then we need to write this. We need to pay attention to these 4 things. And sometimes we just write it off, right? Of course, I know I need to eat right. I know I need to exercise, right? I know I need to rest better. Who gets 8 hours of sleep, right? Who lives a stress-free life? We start to just accept these generalities as law, and it's not. We can, with our oils, with our natural health solutions, we can pair solutions to each one of these areas. So maybe you know, for example, that you don't sleep well. as we go through tonight, just make sure that when we mention sleep and relaxation and resting, that you're making a note of those solutions that are going to be tailored for exactly your needs. Okay? Okay, we're going to do a quick overview of the Essential Oils Made Easy. 3 cool things about essential oils, because you need to know the difference between doTERRA essential oils and other essential oils. The first is that doTERRA's essential oils are 100% natural and safe. Okay, nothing is added, nothing is taken away. Remember that aspirin where they just took that one element from the willow tree? Okay, no, our oils are comprehensive. We do not take chemistry away from them, and we certainly don't add anything. Now, essential oils are extracts from plants with amazing health benefits, and they're super powerful. If you've ever experienced peppermint oil, I love putting a drop on my thumb, getting into the soft palate, kind of far back in your throat, not in your throat, the top of your mouth. That is my favorite for head tension and a little bit of fogginess. It's so energizing, but let me tell you, they're powerful. 1 drop of peppermint essential oil is equivalent to 50 to 70 times, equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So you can use them really sparingly with really positive effects. But I'll tell you, CPG oils are not the only oils on the market, okay? They might not even be the only oils that you have in your home. So let me teach you a little bit about the other types of oils so you can make a decision on which oils you want to use. See the gray? That is synthetic. The vast majority of the essential oils on the market are synthetic, meaning they are created in a lab, okay? You can put lemon's natural chemistry together with chemicals, and guess what? It's gonna smell like lemon, right? Like dishwash. Dishwash does not have natural essential oil. It has the chemistry of lemon, and so it smells like lemon. Now, I took this picture. I was at a grocery store here in Shenzhen, and I saw a display of essential oils, and they were actually using the doTERRA rack. And so I went over, and I was like, what oils are these? It's not doTERRA. But you can see in this here, it says 100% pure essential oil. Okay, now let me tell you, there is no regulatory body over essential oils globally, right? So if you and I wanted to get together, plant a lavender field, bottle our own oils, as long as we have 10% of the real stuff in a bottle, we can legally label it 100% pure essential oil. Scary, right? 90% can be synthetic. Scary. Now let me tell you what this says on this side. Not for internal use. Let me ask you a question. Can you eat a lime? You sure can. Why is lime oil 100% pure essential oil not for eternal use? Likely because it is synthetic. Okay. So if you have a bottle of essential oil that is supposed to be able to be eaten, maybe it's a citrus oil or a peppermint, and it says not for eternal use, it's probably synthetic. Now I have some people say to me, well, Allie, I just put it in my diffuser, right? You can see my diffuser working back there. I just put it in my diffuser. I don't even put it on my skin. It's fine. Let me debunk that for you. You would not sit in a room full of people who were smoking and say, oh, I'm just breathing it in. It's not hurting me, right? And yet we make that claim with essential oils. My friends, when you breathe in a substance, it goes through your lungs and it's in your bloodstream in about 20 seconds. So I'll tell you, if you are putting impure essential oils into your diffuser, you are harming your body. It might not be today, but this is a part of that toxic load that we need to watch out for in that wellness pyramid, right? Now, the next grade is food grade. I love it when people say, Allie, I do not ingest essential oils. And I say, okay, well, if you have ever chewed gum or eaten a Skittle or had a chip from a bag of chips, you have eaten food grade essential oils, right? Now, food grade essential oils do not have any therapeutic qualities, right? You don't eat lemon Skittles thinking that that lemon essential oil is detoxing your body, right? But we do use food grade, or industries use food grade essential oils all the time for flavoring. So you are ingesting essential oils, you're just ingesting food grade. The next one is therapeutic. Most therapeutic essential oils come from France. And it's great in France. You can go to a pharmacy, you can get the allopathic medicine, or you can get some essential oils. It's awesome. In that last little yellow sliver is going to be the CPTG, Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. And this is where doTERRA's oils come in. Now, my friends, this is an internal standard. When doTERRA was founded in 2008, they knew that there was no regulatory body over essential oils. And so they created this standard that they test both in-house and they test with third-party providers all around the world to make sure that our oils are the top of the line. And we are truly have set the bar, set the standard for quality and purity of essential oils. Here's a bit of our sourcing. We're sourced from over 40 different nations worldwide because it's really important that the oil is grown where the oil chemistry will come out to be the most potent and pure. And so what's really cool about doTERRA is we are 98% exclusively sourced, which means if a company says we have the same quality as doTERRA, they certainly do not have the same essential oils unless they're in that 2% bracket, because 98% of our oils are only sold to doTERRA, which is incredible. The other way we source, the other important thing to know about doTERRA is how we source our oils. We do not buy farms, we build farmers, and we source the best essential oil that's going to help the most. And that sourcing program is called Co-Impact. There's two sides to every bottle, right? We open this beautiful essential oil and we put it in our water, this is lemon, put it in water, and we get the medicinal benefits of the essential oil. But I'll tell you, a lot goes in to creating the raw material for this, harvesting it, growing it, and distilling it. And this is where doTERRA is really, really making a difference around the world. And my husband Ron and I got to go to Kenya in 2018 to work alongside our farmers and distillers, and it was a game.
That happens.
Am I back?
Yep, you're back.
Yay.
So you left off at 98% and
98%. Awesome. That was a little bit back ago. Let's go back. 98%. Okay. Am I good? Can you hear me good?
Yep.
Awesome.
So you can go to the next slide, and that's when we lost
okay.
you.
Oh, okay. Next slide. Co-impact sourcing. Okay. This is another thing that's really important for you to know about doTERRA. If it matters to you where your money goes, you are going to love co-impact sourcing. doTERRA does not buy farms. We build farmers and we build their communities. And through this global network, we are changing the world all over. Now, there's two sides to every bottle, right? The side where we get to open this bottle and enjoy the beautiful healing properties of these essential oils. But on the other side, we are making a difference to the people who plant the materials, harvest the materials, and distill.
I've lost you again.
Oh, man. Let me know when I'm back.
This is so important too. It's all about right here.
Okay, let me know when I'm back. Am I back? Am I back? Tiffany, the next time I drop, you just teach it, okay?
I almost did.
Good. You have full permission. The next time I drop, you just teach on co-impact. Okay, last shot here. Last shot. What did you hear last, Tiffany?
We heard there's two sides to every bottle. So this side.
Awesome. Okay, there's our side, right? Where we open up our bottles and we get this pure, beautiful, healing essential oil. But the other side is equally as important, and it changes their lives as well. So the farmers, the growers, the distillers. And in 2018, my husband and I got a chance to go to Kenya on a co-impact sourcing trip and to work side by side with our farmers and with our distillers. And I'll tell you, that was such a game-changing experience to actually see on the ground the work that doTERRA is putting in. So I need you to remember, we don't buy farms, we build farmers. And every purchase you make matters. This woman here, I told through an interpreter, I asked her, what do you want us to know? And she said, I need you to go home and to continue to share your love of essential oils. Because when you do that, I can put food on my kids' table, clothes on their back, and send them to school. And I'll tell you, it closed the loop, right? I've been teaching our side of the bottle for, I think, 3 or 4 years at that time. Now I am advocating for the other side of the bottle. So co-impact sourcing is an incredible, incredible kind of hallmark of doTERRA. And it's really the heart of the company, okay? Now, second thing here, more effective than modern approaches. This is because antiviral oils can actually penetrate the essential oil membrane, okay? That oily membrane on the, sorry, the essential oil, this oily cell membrane on the outside of a cell. Now, let me tell you a little story. This is my Grace. Oh man, she woke up on July 20th with a big old infection on her eye. And this is my daughter who was born with half of a heart. So I'll tell you, every time something happens to Grace, I panic. 7:30 in the morning, I call my husband, babe, get her ready. I've got to take her to the hospital. He's like, okay. I'm halfway down the hallway, and it's like I hit a brick wall. And I was like, wait a minute, Allie. You spend a lot of your time educating on the power of essential oils. Take a step back, calm down. Let's just see. Let's just see what they do for Grace, right? And so I went hard with my oils about every hour or so in the beginning. And you can see by the afternoon, she was looking much, much, much better. And by day 2 in the morning, 24 hours later, look, she was totally sorted. So we used 3 of the top 10 oils, lavender, tea tree, and on guard. The lavender and the tea tree around both of her eyes, and on guard diluted and then rubbed on the soles of her feet, because these oils can penetrate that oily cell membrane, and it sorted whatever was causing that infection. And guys, this is one story of 100 at least in my family alone. More effective often than modern approaches to medicine. And the third piece that you need to know is that they're more affordable, right? Now, I have incredible medical insurance where I pay nothing to go to the doctor. Gracie had open heart surgery. We paid nothing. But even with that, it is still saving our family hundreds of dollars in transportation costs, time, days off work, days off school, sick days, right? And I want to show you here some of the price per drop analysis that I just did today. We're going to go through these top 10, but just have a general overview. So we have support for our immune system, our nervine system, our skeletal system, cleansing and detoxing, skin, respiratory system, digestive system. I mean, everything. There's a reason why these are called the top 10. And look at these prices per drop. Okay, remember that peppermint? It's 50 to 70 times more potent than the herbs. I'll tell you, you only need 1 or 2 drops at a time. So look at these prices per drop in renminbi. Frankincense is going to be your most at 2 kwai a drop. So when we handled Gracie's eye, 6 drops of each oil, there's the cost for each oil, less than 16 RMB over a 24-hour period, right? She did not have to go on antibiotics for 7 to 10 days. She did not have any needles to draw blood. That child has seen more needles than most adults. She doesn't need any more. I took no time off work, right? And it was cheaper than us having to go to the doctor, even though once I got to the doctor, I wouldn't have had to pay for anything. Here's another comparison. Here's Tylenol, 13 cents. So now we're in US dollars, 13 cents for a dose. Well, here's an oil called copaiba, and copaiba is a wonderful oil sourced from the Amazon rainforest in Brazil. And yes, it handles your pain, but look about this. Stress, anxiety, calming, without liver damage, unlike the allopathic medicine side, no side effects, and it's good for all ages, as opposed to that Tylenol extra strength, where you're just gonna get for the adults in the room, right? So again, there's nothing added and nothing taken away to our oils. So we have a powerful spectrum of support with every single bottle, making it much more affordable than traditional medical care. All right, let's review. How do we use them, okay? The first way we use is aromatically. Aromatically harnesses the power of the limbic system. And the limbic system is what is responsible for putting you to sleep when you're in a surgery and you're having anesthesia and they're putting the mask over your face. It is the limbic system of your brain that tells your body to fully relax. Well, guess what? It's the limbic system of the brain that does it with our natural chemistry, right? Synthetic versus natural. It just takes a little bit longer, okay? It takes maybe 30 seconds as opposed to 2 seconds when you're being put under, okay? Aromatic use. Don't ever underestimate the power of aromatic use, of simply just smelling your essential oils. It's powerful. Next up is topical, okay? So topical means you rub it right onto a spot, okay? Think pain management, belly aches, head tension, any of that stuff. And you can always dilute. I actually recommend always diluting. because you're actually going to have the oils be penetrated into your cells and have them be carried to where they need to go, as opposed to just being flashed off the skin without the carrier. So topical is safe for everyone from babies, all the way up to elderly, even pets, okay? So topical use. Aromatic is smelling, topical is on the skin. And then finally, internal. 3 ways to use your oils internally. A drop in water, in a veggie cap. I think if I have veggie caps right here. Nope, I won't take the time to go look get them. But they're empty veggie caps. You open it up, you drop your oils in, you close it up, and you take it with some water, okay? Or you can put it right under your tongue. As long as it's not a hot oil, don't put hot oils right under your tongue or it's gonna be quite stingy, okay? Now, a reminder, I'm only talking CPTG oils here. If you have synthetic oils or other oils in your home, please do your due diligence, do the research, right? Do they provide testing? Do they tell you where they're sourced? That sort of thing. Be a conscious consumer of the things that you're putting on your body. Okay, so that was 3 cool things and 3 ways to use. Okay, that's the overview. That gives you hopefully the confidence that we can use these oils, and we should be using these oils to help manage our health and wellness. So let's dig in. Peppermint, we talked about that a little bit when I put it on the roof of my mouth. Oh my goodness, it's great for the respiratory system. It is great for the digestive system. So respiratory system, you're gonna use aromatically. Remember, aromatic, topical, internal. You can use this all 3 ways. If you have your peppermint out, you can do that drop on the roof of your mouth. You can put a drop on the back of your neck. You should dilute it if you're feeling a little warm or it might feel a little stingy. It's awesome for bloating, gas, and occasional indigestion. You can make a nice cup of tea with peppermint after a meal. Put your peppermint on the bottom, add warm water, not like boiling hot water, and then sip that. It's wonderful. It's also great. Let me show you how I dilute. So I'll put 1 drop in my palm, and I'll take my coconut oil, okay, and I'll just put a couple drops in there, right? And then for headaches, I'll put it on my temples, or if I'm like sitting at my desk and I need to work, I love my peppermint to keep me awake. I'll rub it on the back of my neck. Okay, it's great on the spine for high body temperature. And then always smell your oil, right? Harness the power of that limbic system. Okay, it's also great, of course, when you're feeling fatigued or you're low on energy. So peppermint is one that you could cook with. It's great mixed with chocolate brownies or chocolate cookies or a chocolate protein shake. Any of those, it's wonderful, a wonderful way to get that essential oil into your body. And I love here that they have from the blog some whipped peppermint foot lotion. So fun. So if you haven't checked out doTERRA's blog yet, definitely do, because there's some really fabulous materials there and recipes. All right, next up is lavender. Lavender, everyone pretty much knows lavender as the calming oil. It has really high levels of linalool, which is a natural chemical component that is really soothing to the body. But it's not just soothing to like relax and make you sleep, it's really soothing to the skin as well. So lavender, they call it the Swiss Army knife of essential oils because it's so diverse in what it can do. So it's great also maybe layered here for head tension. It's great for skin irritations. We take it to the beach when we need like some sunburn relief. It's great in the kitchen when you burn yourself in the kitchen. It's awesome at bedtime, a little bit on the soles of feet, maybe your spine, rubbed on your pillow, in your diffuser, right? It's also great in a bathtub, or if you don't have a bathtub because you're in China, you can do it in an Epsom salt foot bath before bed. Wonderful. The Epsom salts will help draw some toxins out, and the lavender will help calm systemically. And there's an after sun soothing spray that you can see, and then aromatic, topical, and internal. So you can use this oil all 3 ways. Lemon comes from the peel, right? The rind of the fruit. It is not the juice. Okay, 1 lemon is 4 drops of essential oil. So again, powerful. You only need 1 drop in a big glass of water to enjoy the benefits of lemon. My favorite way to use lemon is first thing in the morning. I'll have a mug. I'll put 1 drop of lemon at the bottom, put some warm water on top, and enjoy that first thing on an empty belly. What that lemon does, it is so cleansing. It goes through those cell receptor sites and it actually helps clear out the gunk, so your cells are more receptive to all the yummy nutrition that you give it throughout the day. It's also good for respiratory function. So if you suffer from seasonal threats, right, when the seasons change and you start to sneeze or any of that, lemon, lavender, and peppermint is what we call, let's just call it the seasonal trio, okay? And we're gonna put that either on our spine or on our feet, or you can even take that combination internally as well to help kind of fight some of the gunk that happens when the seasons change. Then you can put it in the diffuser to promote a positive mood. Any citrus oils, they are so uplifting to the spirit. So your lemon, your orange, tangerine, grapefruit, any of those are awesome in the diffuser as well. Lemon also has saved me from blue tack in the hair, sticky tack in the hair, sticker residue on surfaces, and gum in the hair. It's actually saved my children from getting really awful haircuts when they decide to put things in their beautiful hair. You just put the lemon right on, work it out, and it works like a charm. I have heard that you can use lemon oil to put natural highlights in your hair, but I've not tried it myself. So if you try it, you'll have to let us know. Melaleuca, the fourth single oil in the top 10, is also known as tea tree oil. This is what Ron and I got to experience in Kenya, the actual distillation and farming of this beautiful oil. We source it from Australia. Then they found that in Kenya, it has ideal properties in the soils as well to grow Melaleuca too. So it's great for the skin. It's also a great first aid essential oil. It's also great for immune function. And it's another one that helps to protect against environmental and seasonal threats. So you can use it all three ways, again, aromatically, topically, and internally. And it's one of those powerful oils that you really don't want to be without, especially when someone starts to feel maybe like they're coming down with something. We will up our Melaleuca use, just put one extra drop on the soles of the feet or along the spine to help that process come along. Oregano, man, oregano is a powerhouse. It is one of the most highest, or is it ORAC, antibiotic properties of essential oils than any other one. So oregano is a hot oil. So you see this here, this D, right? Dilute before using topically. If you just put a drop of this oil on your skin and you just let it sit there, it's gonna sting a little bit, right? So you never want to use oregano without diluting it first, unless you're using it internally, okay? So you can put a drop or two or three of oregano in a capsule and take that internally for up to 5 to 7 days at a time. Think about it like a very strong antibiotic, okay? So 5 days on, 5 days off, 5 days on, 5 days off. It's great if you have imbalance in the flora and of your gut. It also is great for digestion and respiratory function. It's one that I don't love the smell of, and so I don't put it in my diffuser, but I do know some people who do. And then it's great as a cleansing and purifying agent to our bodies. Just make sure that you dilute it. If you cook with it, don't put a whole drop. Get a spoon, open the bottle, put the spoon along the top, and then mix it in, and that will be more than enough. And that's a great way to get this powerhouse into everyone's bodies in your home. Finally, for a single oil is the king, okay? Frankincense is the king of essential oils, and our frankincense is actually a mix of 4 different frankincense trees. So you can see those 4 different trees there. And the reason we do that is because we get a powerful profile when we mix those 4 than if we were just gonna choose one or the other. Now, frankincense comes from Somalia, and this, ooh, my internet's unstable. Am I good? Can you still hear me?
Can you, we're still, oh, there we go. We've caught up to you. We can see frankincense now.
Oh, what'd you hear last?
We actually heard about oregano last. You were telling us how to use it without overkilling.
Okay, good. Perfect. Then I didn't drop too much. Okay, so frankincense. Frankincense is a mix. Our frankincense is a mix of 4 different resin from 4 different types of trees. You can see them there. And the reason we do that is because we get a more powerful profile When we mix the 4, then we just take
shame. Okay, I'm going to take over for frankincense. So frankincense is made of 4 different resins, as she was talking about, so different parts of the plant. It's sourced in Somalia, and what's amazing about frankincense, I love the story of frankincense because when we started harvesting in Somalia, Emily Wright shared this at convention one year, and she was in tears sharing this, but your daily routine to put underneath your tongue, because it's really great for cellular regeneration, right? So you want to take that frankincense bottle and you can just lift your tongue and drop 1 underneath your tongue twice a day, in the morning and at night. It's a really great way to use the frankincense. It doesn't taste delicious, but the benefits far outweigh that. So you kind of get used to it. But when in doubt, it's called the king of oils for a reason. So when in doubt, grab Frank and go for it. It's excellent for any type of skin irritations, moisturizers, those sorts of things. It's a really, really great oil that can be used for so many different things.
Awesome.
All right, Miss Alex, are you back?
Am I back?
Yeah.
Great. Tag team. I love it. I love it. I love having so many incredibly knowledgeable women in my world. Okay. So those are the 6, thanks Tiff for that. Those are the 6 single oils. Okay. Now we also have 4 blend oils. Okay. So the first one is Breathe. In China, it's called Easy Air. And it has, you can see the ingredients. Okay. I'm not going to read them for you, but you can see the ingredients there. And Easy Air is one of those powerful oils for everything respiratory. Okay. So clear airways, easy breathing. I love this topically on the chest, on the back, diluted for people of all ages, right? I love it in my diffuser, especially around seasonal threat times. And it's great too if you have a partner who makes loud noise while he or she is sleeping. So we put a lot of Easy Air or Breathe in our diffuser. And I love that we can rely on doTERRA scientists to scientifically blend these wonderful oils for us that it has all those oils, we put it in the diffuser, we get it on our bodies, and it does its magic. So Easy Air or Breathe is wonderful. On Guard is another hero. It is the protective blend. We sold out of On Guard quite quickly this year. It is back. We are back in stock, but there's a reason, because On Guard works. And On Guard is a mix of...
Excellent for respiratory. Oh, you starting to come back?
Were you talking?
Yeah, we lost you again.
Awesome.
It's okay. Go for it. You're back. I just started. Back on Easy Air, excellent to be used aromatically and topically, but you don't ingest that one. So
yeah.
About the Easy Air or Breathe.
Yeah, we don't want to ingest this one, but it's great for all things respiratory. And make sure that you do spend time aromatically inhaling it, because you can actually see, and well, you can't see, but you can feel your lungs opening. This has been great for my father-in-law, who has struggled with some pretty serious breathing challenges, and for my Grace too, who used to have 84% oxygen capacity. So we used a lot of Breathe on her. And when she came to the house, she was 12 months. And around 13 months, she would go to my big oil rack and she would pat her chest when she couldn't breathe, because she knew that the oils helped her. How cool is that? Okay, On Guard. Are we good? You can still see me and hear me? What is up with my internet, man? Sorry, friends. Okay, so On Guard is awesome. It's the protective blend. It's a mix of 5 essential oils, and it is the protector. It is the oil that boosts our immunity. We need to use this one daily in this time, but also just forever. It is the greatest secret of the teachers in my world, because they are coming into contact with germs all the time. So my favorite way to use On Guard is either internally in a cup of warm water, or on the soles of feet for my children and for my little ones who do not take it internally. You can also slice up apples, put a drop in water in the apples, let them soak for a few minutes, strain the water. I drink the water, kids eat the apples. So it's wonderful. That's this essential oil tip right here. We use a lot of On Guard in the diffuser so that we can make sure that we're enjoying the benefits of the protective blend kind of sustained all throughout the day. Okay, so however you decide to use it, aromatically, topically, or internally, get a drop of On Guard or two in or on your body and everyone in your home once a day. It's a beautiful, beautiful blend. Okay. Digestzen or DigestZ is another one of those miracle oils. I don't know, when my kids were little and they were teeny tiny, I would just put a drop of Digestzen on their bellies, and within minutes they were farting and they felt a lot better. So it's just one of those oils that is really amazing for maintaining a healthy gastrointestinal tract. So you've got the bloating, gas, indigestion. You also have things like runny stools or even blocked stools. It really, from all things digestion, can help you manage a smoother process. So you can use it aromatically, topically, internally. I use this one topically more so, topically and internally, more than I do aromatically. I don't think I would put this one in my diffuser, but we use a lot of Digestzen on my second daughter who has gluten insensitivities. When she eats something mistakenly, this gives her some relief as well. So it's also awesome when you're traveling. Please do not travel without Digestzen, because if you get traveler's belly, oh my gosh, you need Digestzen on hand, okay? And then finally here, Deep Blue. So Deep Blue is another hero oil, and it's the one that's best for soothing the occasional aches and pains, okay? So it's a mixture of flower oils, but it also has wintergreen and camphor bark. Let me tell you about camphor. We learned this at convention. There's 4 different types of camphor. 3 are toxic, 1 is not. We use the white camphor that is not toxic. So this one is only for topical use. You're not gonna put it in your diffuser, and you're not gonna take it internally. See how it has a childproof cap here? Okay, you're not gonna take it internally. You're gonna put some coconut oil in your palm, put some Deep Blue there, and you're gonna rub wherever you're feeling a little tight. It's great for muscle cramps. It's great on kids who are growing and they're experiencing kind of those aches and pains in the bones and the sinews and the joints. It's great before a workout. It's great after a workout. It is, did I say period cramps? Because I meant that. You can put it on back pain, period cramps, any of those. And there's 3 types. There's the rub, which is awesome. There's the undiluted oil, and then this is the diluted roll-on, the touch roll-on. Okay. So those are your top 10. Yes, Tiffany, the rub is incredible. Now, how to start. So a lot of you, either on the call or watching the recording, you might not have oils yet, okay? So I want to teach you how you can get these oils in your hands, in your home, and then I'm going to ask you to go back to the person who introduced this to you so that they can help you get started, okay? Now, there's 3 ways to buy doTERRA retail, which nobody here has to buy retail. Okay, it's the most expensive way to do it. And you're only going to buy retail at like a spa or a gym, and you just don't have to, right? So there's, second is wholesale. Wholesale is 25% below retail cost, which is awesome. There's a $35 membership fee to get wholesale going. And then we can buy below wholesale. Okay, so I love the cheapest price for products that I love. And so we're going to teach you how to get below wholesale pricing tonight. And this is when you start with one of these starter kits. So doTERRA put these kits together so that you don't just have, you know, your Deep Blue on hand for an occasional ache and pain, but you have the kit, the set together so that you can really learn how to manage 80 to 85% of the health challenges that come your way in a way that is safe, natural, and affordable, okay? I'm gonna show you the kits in China in a minute. If you're not in China, that's okay. There's going to be comparable kits in your market as well. And the person who shared this video with you, they can help you get started. One quick note here on 3 types of people. In the years we've been doing this, I found, oh, did I drop? Did I drop? Did I drop? Hello.
Yeah, you dropped.
What'd you hear last?
Safe, effective to have the whole kit in your home.
Okay, brilliant. That's pretty much, okay. Okay, so there's three types of people, right? In all the years we've been doing this, we've really found that there's three types of people who come to this type of a class. There's the person who wants to live the wellness lifestyle, right? They want to begin learning how to get some of the toxic junk out of their home and to really feel their best. doTERRA supports you and our team supports you with weekly education and ways to help you grow your oil knowledge. Second type of person is the person who wants to share their products. Maybe they've been sitting here thinking, man, I wish my sister was here or my mom could hear this. And when you share consistently over time, doTERRA can actually help you get your products paid for. So in doTERRA, we call that free natural healthcare. And there are thousands of people all over the world who get free natural healthcare from doTERRA. Then the third type of person is the person like me who sees this as an opportunity to build a global business and to really impact people's lives in this way, and then to help mentor others to change their life. And when someone who wants to build a business, when they share consistently over time, they can not only get their products paid for, but begin to supplement their income or even replace their income. And so if you are identifying with a sharer or a builder, right? The second type or the third type of person, I'm going to stay on for like maybe 10, 15 minutes after this call and share a little bit more about what that looks like. Okay, so I invite you to stay on with me if that interests you. Okay, kits. Let's get to your kit. So you're going to choose an enrollment kit. The reason we're going to do this is because it does not have any wholesale membership. You get more products for less. Okay, some kits actually have free product points and give a higher rewards percentage, which is incredible. But regardless, each one of these kits is below wholesale price. So the first kit in China is, we call it Kit A. Okay, it's the Family Starter Kit. It has all 10 of those oils that we talked about tonight at the 5 ml size. Okay, so a 5 ml bottle has about 80 drops. Okay, and the retail price of this is $21.65. The wholesale price is $14.75. So if you bought each individual oil individually, and then the kit price is $12.50, and it comes with a diffuser, right? You want these in your air consistently, and it comes with the fractionated of coconut oil, so you can begin to use them aromatically, topically, and internally right away. Okay, so that's kit A. Then there's kit B. Kit B is the same 10 oils. Okay, it's the top 10 oils, but in the larger sizes. Okay, so we have the 15 ml versus the 5 ml, and except for the deep blue, which always comes in the 5 ml. And we have the retail price here at 42, the wholesale price at 28, and then the below wholesale price, the kit price at 22.88. The cool thing about this kit is if you do not have your kit yet, and you're still watching this in the month of September, it comes with a free bottle of frankincense from doTERRA. It's a promotion that's going on this month. So now would be a really, really good time to get started with a kit B. Learn the top 10, you get a free bottle of frankincense. And you might say, well, I already have a bottle of frankincense. Listen, this bottle is 560 kwai wholesale. That's what we all buy it for. So you can get this for free if you get started this month through September 30th. Okay. And then C, I love kit C. It has the top 10 and then some more. It has some anti-aging skincare. It has some more cooking oils, some more emotional support oils, some more stress oils, sleep oils, hormone oils. It's really for someone who says, I really want to take that doTERRA wellness pyramid and really start incorporating every single, incorporating oils into every single strata there. And so this one, 8,500 retail, 56 wholesale, and then the below wholesale price, okay, $39.88. And this also comes with a free frankincense through September 30th. And this is a doTERRA promotion. Now, there's bigger kits too. There's a kit on skincare. There's an every oil kit. You can have a look at those. Most people do start with one of these 3 kits, and you cannot start wrong, okay? So some very simple next steps. Commitment, right? You've just committed an hour to come and learn. Thank you for sticking through all of the technical difficulties. But commit to your own personal education, right? And being the health advocate to yourself and in your home and for those that you love, okay? Second thing, choose organic whole foods as much as humanly possible. That is the baseline of that natural wellness pyramid. And what you eat really does matter. And it matters in how you feel and it matters in the nutrition that is getting to your cells. Have these oils at your fingertips, okay? Get yourself a kit. If you already have your kit, commit to learning more and more. Every time you might be reaching for something synthetic, think, hey, I bet there's something I can use for this for my oil kit. I'm gonna look it up in my app, okay? 4, surround yourself with those who have similar health goals and just life goals to you. You are the sum of the 5 people that you spend the most amount of time with. And so choosing those people and choosing that community can make or break everything about your future and your health. Oh, did I go? Finally, connect with the person who shared this with you to get started, okay? We are an incredible network, an incredible global community of wellness advocates that want to help see you succeed. So connect with the person who shared this with you for your next steps. I want to open the lines, even with the technical difficulties. We did it in an hour. I want to open the lines with a Q&A and see if there's anything that I need to help answer that I missed from the chat.
I think we hit the chat, but I think it is a good, there are some good questions there that are good to highlight. Internal use, is it okay to do it daily? And are there any to avoid daily use of? My recommendation was oregano, not to take that one as it routinely every day. Just take that, you know, when you're struggling with something.
Yep, love it. 5 days on, 7 days on, max. And then, so week on, week off. Love it. Anyone else with a question? Can you hear the music out my window? There's a school doing their thing. No questions? Did I cover it all, or did I just blow you out of the water in an hour? Yep, Shantae, go ahead.
Okay, I'll ask it. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. I am wondering, what is the advantage of using the oils on the soles of your feet as opposed to, say, on your temples or on your wrists? Are there any advantages as to where you use them? Like, say, for example, lavender. I'm just curious.
Such a good question, Shantae. So the oils are really smart, right? So they're going to get to where they need to go. For example, frankincense. We didn't talk about this, but one of the reasons frankincense is so powerful is because its job is to go into cells that are broken, okay? And its main priority is to right broken DNA, right the wrong. If it cannot right the wrong, it will cause a process called apoptosis, which is natural cell death, okay? Natural cell death is a good thing in a cell that is acting funny, right? In a cell that is not doing the right thing. So I'll tell you a story. My thyroid, I had 2 nodules, and I went to, she said, come back in 6 months to get them checked out. They were 3 out of 6 on a scale. So not super bad, but not super good either, needed to be watched. And so I did some research, and I figured out that I was gonna rub frankincense along the sides of my thyroid. And I did so for 18 months. I'm not super good at going back to the doctor. So my next checkup was 18 months later, and it was a different doctor. And I said, okay, I need you to check my thyroid because I have 2 nodules. And sure enough, she could not find a single nodule. Now, would the frankincense, had it been rubbed on the soles of my feet, might it have found its way to where it needed to be? Maybe, but I kind of believe in the path of least resistance, right? So if you can have an idea of where you need support, then you can go ahead and you can rub where you feel like you need support. Now, the good thing about the soles of the feet, if you think about how humans were created, we were not created wearing shoes. We were created to walk the earth. And how good do you feel after you walk on the beach for a day? Man, your body feels amazing, right? Because you have soaked up. The pores on the soles of your feet are designed to soak up all of the positive energy from the earth and to help bring your body into homeostasis. So we can use that process to systemically have a whole body systemic reaction with our essential oils. So soles of the feet are awesome. Actually, the whole belly thing, like when my kids were little, I would rub that Digestzen on the soles of their feet. I wouldn't even put it on their bellies because I didn't want them to touch it, right? Soles of the feet, socks on, and sure enough, they would still have the relief from the gas, right? Because the oil knows where it's going and it knows what it's doing, okay? So path of least resistance if you can, right? And use the pathways that we know. The soles of the feet are a great pathway. The tongue, under the tongue is also a great pathway. Have you ever taken a pharmaceutical where they have you have it sit on the bottom of your tongue and what do you call that in English? Like melt almost? Because that pathway is really fast into your bloodstream. So we use that pathway with the frankincense, right? Does that help answer your question, Shantae?
Yes, it does. It helps a lot. Actually, I have another question too. I have another question. Now, how is there a time limit as to how long you run your diffuser? Can you run it all day, all night, or what is like, I mean, how do you do that? Because I've heard that some people say you should turn it off and not run it all the time. And then I hear some people say you can. So I'm just wondering, a guideline. Is there a guideline?
Awesome. Anyone else want to take? I see Tiff, I see Kate, I see Gigi. Anyone want to take this one? Anyone have a strong opinion on this one?
Diffuse all the time. I don't have any trouble. I have mine going all the time. There's not really a limit on aromatic use. That's the only one that I would say. I mean, now you don't want to have like 20 drops in your diffuser going all the time. That's silly. And some people, you know, diffusing, you have two camps of people. The people that put in 1 drop and you can't even smell it at all, or people that put in 20 drops. So meet in the middle. If you can lightly smell it in the room, it's doing its job. Right? So you don't need to overdo it by, you know, putting way too much oil in, but if you can lightly smell it, it's working. So, and yeah, I have mine going all the
time. Yeah. And I'll add one more thing to that, Tiff. We saw a really cool graph about metabolizing of essential oils at some event. I forgot what it was, but when you, okay, so when you use an oil internally, you have a high spike and then it kind of a high drop off. It metabolizes really quickly. When you use it topically, it takes longer to get into your bloodstream. So you have more of a gradual and then a gradual. And then when you have diffusing, it's a low contact, but constant. So he actually was saying you need all three. You need aromatic, topical, and internal use of the oils so that you're getting kind of the metabolism right, metabolizing of these oils right in your body. So that was kind of cool to see that graph. Anyone else with any questions? Great questions.
Yeah, can I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, first of all, I want to say that I diffuse oils all the time and it's perfectly fine and doesn't harm me. And I diffuse it at home. My dog loves it. Well, you have to be careful with animals, but he loves it a lot. And when I put oils on my skin, he often comes to me, licks me, like he loves them so much. And he's not sick or anything, so he just recognizes what's good for him. My question is about, Chantel asked a good question about oils which cannot be used internally every day. Mm-hmm. So oregano came up. So my question is, would you say that the hot oils should not be used every day internally? That's my question.
Good question. So, Agata, do you want to tell people what a hot oil is or give an example of some of the hot oils?
Oregano, definitely. Oh my God, what else? They are very, how to say, intensive. They can, yeah, if you don't dilute them, they can really spike your skin. Mm-hmm. They have great intensity of in them. So, you know, actually it's funny for me to talk about oregano because I actually love oregano. So it's like, I'm actually oregano touch is already diluted and it helps a lot for, if I already feel like my cold is coming, I immediately hit oregano and my cold is gone before it approached me.
Man,
So I actually like hot oils a lot. They have greater intensity, right?
Yep.
And they
So
can
Gigi put a list. Gigi put a list in our chat: cinnamon, clove, ginger, thyme, cassia, which is not one that's available in the China market, but if you have a bottle of that, that would be a hot oil. And it's interesting because I'll do a drop of cinnamon tea, and I don't really think about it. I do it every day. I've actually never thought about if other hot oils should not be used internally. My gut hasn't had a problem yet, and I use On Guard internally every day, and it has 2 oils in there. So I think the recommendation, and it is recommended for daily use, so I think oregano is the only recommendation for that. I mean, when people use it internally, they're usually using it internally for an intense, like a 2 to 3 or 4 drop sort of a remedy, right? Because they already have something going on that they need to address. So I think as long as you're keeping a watch on your hot oil usage, I don't think the other should be a problem, but that's a really good question. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, like I love using cinnamon every day. So, and I never had any health problems because of doing that.
Yeah.
So I think that's also safe.
Yeah. There's a good question in the group. Yvonne is talking about, I'm just picking up the end, photosensitivity. Okay, citrus oils. Citrus oils can cause photosensitivity. What that means is it could look like your skin is burned or it just discolors your skin. And yeah, Yvonne, it is a serious thing. If you look up photosensitivity, it's not even just a essential oil thing. It actually can happen with pharmaceuticals as well. If you look up photosensitivity, it's a thing. And yeah, it is like a dark brown and it takes a bit to go away. So you wouldn't, for example, want to put, lemon on your face and then go out in the sun. You certainly would notice a big difference in that.
But if I can drop again, my skin is very, very white. Oh my God, my dog is barking. But I come from Poland, which is a cold country, and I'm very bad at tanning. Like my skin is never tanned. Like if I stay too long in the sun, I just become red like a piglet.
Yep.
I don't suntan at all. And I was using oils a lot during the summer, and I never ever had any problem. So I was actually being, kind of ignorant. I was thinking I will worry about it when it actually happens, and it never happened. So
okay.
So I understand there should be a warning, but even someone with very white skin and who doesn't suntan has never had any problem. So I wouldn't be. I mean, I would try on your own skin, but don't be too worried.
Yeah. I've seen some pretty bad ones. So.
I have too.
Yeah.
And it takes a really long time to go away.
Yeah.
And it can be quite severe. Sometimes really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, ladies. Thanks for answering my question. Actually, my real question is that I sometimes put 1 drop of lemon on my water, and then I just go out and go to work, something like that. So if I don't care about the photosensitivity thing,
yeah,
I mean, I don't mind that my skin has some dark stain. Can I do that? Which means that is there something else very serious besides that sensitivity thing and happens when we apply or when we drink a drop of lemon water?
Okay, so photosensitivity is not affected when we internally take the citrus oils. It's only when you
okay,
internally you're
good
totally
to know.
fine.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, internally you're totally fine.
I always thought okay. So I always thought that in any kind of way you just use the lemon oil and you will have that photosensitivity.
No, just
okay.
just rubbing it.
Thank you, Ellie. Okay, okay, okay.
No worries. No worries. You're all good. You're all good. Anyone else with questions? These are great questions. You can ask them in the chat. You can pipe in. I'm curious to see, I didn't have your faces up when I was teaching on the history of allopathic medicine. Was that surprising to you? Did I cut out there?
Yeah, you cut out again.
Yeah, I was just curious if anyone had known about the history of allopathic medicine, or if that was a new tidbit for you.
That was definitely new to me. I hadn't heard that before, but I'm not surprised either.
Yeah. Yeah. Nikki, no worries. I'm curious to see what the recording looks like. All right, guys. So if there's no more pressing questions, I'm going to transition here to sharing a little bit more for those of you who are interested in learning how to supplement your income or even replace your income or get your products for free. Okay, so I got probably 15 more minutes in me before my kids start to revolt in the back room. So if you want to stay on, awesome, you're welcome to. If you want to pop off, then go ahead. It was lovely to have you. I hope that you learned something awesome tonight and that you're going to take it home and do something really powerful with it for your health and wellness. So I'm going to go back and share screen.
While you're sharing, I'm just going to quickly answer another question that popped in the chat. It's about resources or books. The best resource I have found is the Essential Life book or the Essential Life app. I personally love the app because it's updated every year, and so it's very easy for your book to be outdated and not have the newest products in it. So the Essential Life app is really, it's an inexpensive app, and you can look it up by oil or by ailment, and it tells you exactly how to use the oil. So the Essential Life app has been by far the best resource I've found. And of course you can go to doTERRA.com and use the blog and things like that. But as far as when you have an ailment and you want to know what product to use, go for the Essential Life app.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So welcome, Shantae.
I'm going to leave now, so thank you so much.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night. All right. So for those of you who are going to stay on with me, welcome. I love talking about this side of doTERRA because it is, in my opinion, equally as transformational as the product side. So I want to tell you a little bit of a story first, just to get us into the right frame of mind here. And it's a story about a man, and he hauled water buckets for a living. And he lived really far away from a water source. And so every day he would walk to the source, he would take his buckets, fill them up, right? And go back to the village and sell his water. And if he wanted to make more money, he would simply have to work harder or longer or just haul more buckets. And so over the years, he grew tired and older and he wanted a different lifestyle. And so one day, inspiration came and he decided that if he built a pipeline from the water source to the village, he could be free. He could be financially free and he could earn his time freedom. So he did just that. He spent several years building a pipeline, and the day that he turned on the spigot, everything changed, right? Not only was he able to provide water for himself and for the villagers, but he actually created a residual income for himself, and he finally felt free. Now, some of you might feel similar. I know I did back in the day when I was trading hours for dollars and was doing a job that there was not a lot of fulfillment in what I was doing. So if that's you, you're in good company. Take heart, take hope, because with doTERRA, every single one of us has the opportunity to share the power of essential oils with other people and build a residual income, time freedom, and feel free ourselves. Now, why would you choose to partner with doTERRA? So doTERRA's mission is to bring the highest quality essential oils to the entire world. And there are millions, almost 9 million people right now enjoying the benefits of essential oils and changing their lives and their family's life. Now, 9 million is a big number, but I mean, I live in a city of 23 million, right? We're talking 9 million globally. So there's a lot of opportunity here. And with doTERRA, we have what's called a 65% retention rate. And let me tell you what that means. It means that most other direct sales companies lead with the business opportunity, and then the product is kind of secondary. And so when people lose interest in the business opportunity, they actually stop purchasing the product. But doTERRA is really different, okay? So we lead with a powerful product and powerful education, and people continue to buy the product regardless of the business opportunity. In fact, 90%, 85% of the people who are in doTERRA are simply happy product users. They don't ever want to share the essential oils or earn any income, right? It's just that the products work. And so the people continue to buy the product 4.5 times more than other companies. doTERRA is also global. We're in over 110 different countries, and most of our products are unique. Remember that 98% exclusion, or 98% the source from the source? It is one of the things that I love most about, 98% exclusive. I'm like, what is that word? Exclusive sourcing, yes. Now, one of the things I love about doTERRA is that we are led by a team of incredible executives with a combined experience of over 150 years. And I want to tell you about Haiti through the eyes of one of my mentors, Elise Chedevy. And one of the things that doTERRA does is they actually go into underdeveloped countries and help those communities like we were talking about before. They teach them how to grow the oils properly. They actually pay them fair, on-time wages, and then give back to their communities. So Elise actually had the chance to go to Haiti a few years back and meet our growers there. And they took her and a couple of her business partners, doTERRA Wellness Advocates, to a little village. And she was just shocked at their poverty. Okay, so in this village, the people, they grow vetiver. And if you've experienced vetiver oil, oh my goodness, it's an incredible oil. And the kids there, they were like shockingly dirty, and they didn't go to school. Okay, and because like in the story I told you, they didn't have running water in their village. So there's no way that water was being wasted on cleanliness. Okay, and the water source was really far away. These kids would have to walk hours to get the water. And the kids' job every day was to do that. They couldn't go to school. They had to walk to the water source, fill up buckets, and then bring it back for the villagers. Well, doTERRA understood that within this farming community, there was no running water. And within 4 months, everything changed. And the doTERRA group got there the day that doTERRA had filled wells, and they were going to turn on that spigot. And that day, can you imagine? If you watch that co-impact sourcing video on vetiver, you will experience that day and bring your tissues, because you can just see the joy and the impact that doTERRA has had within that community because of simple things that we all should have universal right to. I mean, these people witnessed men and women crying, right? Lining up with buckets and just crying over the fact that there was running water in their village. Okay? And it really makes me think, every time I watch that video, man, we take so much for granted, right? I get frustrated with my vetiver is taking, 4 seconds to drop out of a bottle. I'm like, really? We need to think about the other side of the bottle. Now, doTERRA provides us with way more than just oils, right? They, in partnership with us, they are really changing the world and lifting communities. And I am so grateful to be a part of this company because it really matters. The work that we do really, really matters. So like I said before, that there are 3 types of people, right? The first type wants to live naturally and share it with their family. The second type, they want to share it with a lot of people, right? They can't wait to tell their coworkers or their mother or their friends about the power of essential oils. And then the third type, they want to teach and change people's lives, right? They want to become an essential oil educator. And as you do this, as you teach people about the power of essential oils, and as you change people's life, your life will also change, okay? And as you begin to earn commissions from doTERRA, I mean, you can do anything, guys, from supplementing your income. I've seen a lot of people pay their mortgages, right? Send their kids to school or start saving for retirement. Or you could choose to grow to a place where you are completely replacing your income and become financially free. So if you'd like to start a doTERRA business, learn how to do that, right? Even in the pockets of your life, you can do it on the side as a side hustle. And you can either share the product, right? Build a residual income. You can talk to the person who invited you here today to hear how you can get started, okay? Now, some of the most amazing things have happened to the people in my world who have opted to build an essential oil business. And I want to tell you about my friend Kate. She was on this call earlier this evening. Kate was an international school teacher before she got married and had kids, and she loved her work. But after she became a mom, it became really clear to her that her priorities had shifted, and she did not want to go back to being a full-time teacher. So Kate's been building her business in the pockets of her life, right, for a number of years now. And when it came time to have to go back to work, she was actually able to choose to stay home and build her business and care for her kids the way that she wanted. And Kate was actually displaced in Australia over this time. They ended up repatriating rather suddenly, and her business can just continue to support them as they're going through this transition phase. And of course, her husband's on board. They're able to pay off their mortgage faster, and she has the flexibility to work from anywhere that there's Wi-Fi connection. Then there's my friend Victoria. Victoria's been an expat for over 25 years, and she's lived all over the world. Her husband's an executive, and he's always provided incredibly well in terms of finances. On the outside, honestly, no one would have guessed that Victoria would desire to build a doTERRA business. But after an amazing oil experience with her daughter, she took a look at the compensation plan and how much money she could earn, and she immediately translated that into how many international adoptions she could fund with her doTERRA paycheck, and then she just jumped right in. So she's been building doTERRA for 5 years, and now she earns enough to be able to support 1 international adoption a month. And she uses doTERRA as a platform to build a nonprofit dedicated to helping other people adopt. And in the meantime, as a side benefit, she has become financially free in her own right, and she literally spends her time helping other people to do the same thing. And finally, my story. In one season of my life, just a couple of years ago, I was working 40 hours a week in a corporate job, and then 20 hours a week teaching English on top of that, just to make ends meet. And I had 2 of my little girls at the time, and I just knew that there had to be something better out there, a way to earn, because I love to work. I love providing for my family, but also while giving me the balance to be present for my girls. And that was just what I desperately desired, that balance. So I started with doTERRA about 4 years ago, sharing, and 2 years back, not 30 years or 40 years in a traditional career, but 2 years back, I was able to quit my 2 jobs. Oh, did I drop? I may have dropped. But 2 years ago, I was able to quit my 2 jobs to focus on my family and to build my doTERRA business. Here we go. One more time. We're almost done, friends, and the internet can go crazy on its own. Okay, so my story. Had to do something better out there. I was looking for balance 2 years ago, not 30 to 40 years like in a traditional career, but just 2 years ago, I was able to quit my other 2 jobs and focus on my family and build my doTERRA business. So as you know, I now have 4 little girls, and I have earned the time freedom that I wanted. I'm at every performance, every school function, and I spend time impacting and empowering lives by teaching others the power of essential oils. And it is incredibly fulfilling work, being hands-on with people, helping solve their most important problems. And so it doesn't really matter, right? If you're looking to earn more, work smarter, or just to do something that you love, just like the man who got tired of hauling buckets, if you want to build a residual income, or even just get your free products every month, right? With doTERRA, please talk to the person who invited you here, and they're going to show you how to get started. We have an incredible training system that trains you in how to do this in a way that's really congruent and authentic and natural to you, okay? And as we finish off, oh, I see a chat. Okay, so as we finish off, I want to share this QR code with you. Okay, you see the QR code there. Let's see if I drop again. If you're interested in learning more, okay, I have an hour-long pre-recorded presentation for you, and it's called Business Made Easy. And I'm going to go into a lot more details than I did tonight. If you'd like access to the training, go ahead and scan that QR code and let me know in the survey, and we'll send it to you. So thank you so much for joining me for these 2 classes today. Like I said in the beginning, I believe that this work is absolutely life-changing. And I'm really honored that you're here with us, and we're honored to support you on your own health journey to both physical health, emotional health, spiritual health, and financial health. Okay, so I'm going to unmute the lines now and take any questions. If you have any questions, or if you just want to say good night, I'm going to unmute you. You're so welcome, Donna. You're welcome, Yvonne.
Thank you, Ali.
You're welcome.
See you in the
It's
next
so good to
class.
see you.
Always a great class with you.
All right. We're always here for questions, so just reach out if you have any questions, okay? Eliza, good to see you. Agata, lovely. All right, my friends. Have a great evening. We'll talk soon.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you very much. Thank
You're
you.
so welcome. Good night.